The Joe Rogan Experience.
It's kooky, and it seems like they're just leaning into it. Like there's no course correction at all. Just leaning into the kooky.
Yeah.
It's fun times.
Oh, yeah.
For comedy. Oh, my goodness. We have so much stuff to talk about. Stuff that you would have to manufacture something that bizarre that people are accepting at any other time in history.
It's so weird.
It's so weird. It really is like the whole country's hypnotized. And I just think this is a perfect storm of things that are happening all at the same time. With AI emerging, China and Russia becoming buddies, us being run by a dead man. They're trying to stop this other guy from even running, and they're exposing how corrupt the democracy is. They're exposing how corrupt the system is. Just by charging this guy with 34 felonies for paying off a lady he had sex with. Like, what?
And how else would he have paid her money to...
Well, it was the way it was written, the way it was put in a ledger. It's basically, on most situations, it would have been considered a misdemeanor. But they turned it into a felony. They trumped it up, no pun intended. Yeah. And then he signed like 34 different checks. So there's 34 different... The whole thing's crazy. First of all, what a cheap fuck. I'll pay her in installments.
Yeah.
Don't give her all the money. Give her a little taste. Keep her on the hook.
Yeah. That actually makes sense, I guess, now that I think about it. Because if you pay her all at once, she could just write a book or whatever.
No, the whole deal was that she couldn't talk if she got the money, but obviously that didn't work out. Right. She got the money and still talked. Like, if you have the backing of the political party, it doesn't matter. Like, especially the party that's in charge. But what's scary is how many Democrats are willing to allow this kind of stuff to happen. But a lot of them are aware of it. There was this one lady that went viral, and she was talking about it, and she was saying, you have to understand, like, I'm not a Trump supporter. I don't like Trump. But this is really dangerous for democracy. Nobody can justify this, and nobody can say this guy should be in jail for this. It just doesn't make any sense. And especially if you wanted to look at past presidents with the same scrutiny. I mean, there's so many instances of things that you could go. And this was one of the things that Obama had said when Obama got into office. They were talking about George Bush and Dick Cheney being charged with war crimes. And he was saying, we're not going to look to the past. We're going to look towards the future. Mm-hmm. You know, like, we're not going to prosecute anybody. You imagine if when Obama got into office, if he decided to prosecute Dick Cheney and George Bush for crimes against humanity?
Yeah, crazy.
Oh, my God. You know how crazy that would be? Do you know how divided the country would be then? Well, that's the same thing kind of that is taking place now at a lesser scale, obviously, because it's not a war crime you're charging someone with. But you could charge Trump with war crimes. You could find some things that he did, especially with bombings and even what Obama did. Obama, during the administration, they dropped a drone on a U.S. citizen. No trial, no nothing. Boom. Yeah.
Trump didn't even go for Obama. He didn't go for Hillary. And he could have. He could have tried them for things.
Yeah, well, especially Hillary.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole email thing, the deleting of the emails.
And supposedly Trump's the crazy one. Trump's the loose cannon.
They're all crazy. That's what they don't want you to know. It's like sluts that are always talking bad about other girls who are sluts. Like, it's what people do. It's a thing that, people, that's not me. I'm not like that. It's just a weird thing that people do. And people form teams, and they justify why they should use any means necessary to silence the other people on the other team, the opposition. And they don't even realize they're setting a precedent that when this motherfucker gets in office or another motherfucker gets in office that's a Republican, you've got real problems now, kids. If the elections are real, that's how it usually goes. It usually goes one side wins and like, this fucking sucks. Let's try the other way. The other guy wins like, oh, this is bullshit. Let's try the other way. And this is what we've done in this country over and over and over again.
Yeah.
We go Clinton to Bush, Bush to Obama. It's what we do.
Yeah.
It's what we do. We always do it this way.
Yep.
And if you change the way people are allowed to go after political candidates, and you change the way you're allowed to silence and imprison your candidates, then we're like Mexico. We're just not assassinating people yet. We're like a third world country. We're like a banana republic. we're letting things other than the will of the people and what's best for the people be what's running the thing. We're letting the thing be run by the people that are in power, that are corrupt, that want to keep the power. Because it's not just Biden. Biden is barely there, right? It's all the people that are working there. You got to understand, there's this huge team behind them. They don't want to leave. What? Get on LinkedIn? Get on LinkedIn and fucking try to get a new job? Start sending out your resume?
Yeah.
I work for the worst administration ever.
Right.
I was one of the people, you know?